Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the dance floor. Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the dance floor. Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the floor.
Twerking it on the dance floor, 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 twerking it on the dance floor. Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the dance floor.
Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the dance floor. Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the dance floor. Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the floor.
Twerking it on the dance floor, 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 twerking it on the dance floor. Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the dance floor.
Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the dance floor.